Welcome to
Grab Life by the Horns.
Powered by Legacy Builders Global, and we are Jennifer Pecan and
Jan-Mark Pecan.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Grab Life by the Horns. Today with a topic like how winners handle stress. And I was inspired again by our clubhouse room this morning, and because Jan-Mark is still on travels, I thought, you know what, why I do not share with you the thoughts and the ideas, what we discussed this morning. And and I want to open up basically this conversation with you as well. So I'm sure doesn't matter in which position you are, you already had in the past the feeling of stress. And exactly this is it's a feeling. And the thing is that you have to get you have to find a way how to handle these feelings of stress if you are stressed, and to turn them in another direction. Basically, to change your perspective and you manage your stress. Well, we had different opinions this morning, and there was on the one side there were people that say, well, you have to handle the stress and it's all on you. And there were the other parties, they said, well, there are some situations, for example, if somebody is bullying on you, they make up a lot of stress for you, and leaving this field, or basically going a step back, or just continue this fight anymore, will relieve the stress, of course, but on the other side, this is not in any situation this what you want. So I think if we are talking about getting bullied in your job position, or or in your professional, or as well private life, this is a different kind of stress, and you have to handle it a little bit different. What we want to focus on today is stress, what comes up because of situations, routines, they come up, or they come up in the last days and weeks and months, and you did not change it, or new situations who jumped in and destroyed your routines, and all the things what can put you level up your stress. Okay, and for example, this morning, and I will start with a short story. This morning, I woke up after really a short night because somehow I could not sleep last night, and I had 2 hours of sleep. And after 2 hours, and actually I would have 30 minutes more, but after 2 hours, our son woke up screaming because he had a bad dream, and pushing me away and saying, I don't want that you are here, I don't like you anymore. And I had no idea what he was dreaming, and he didn't want to tell me, and I had no chance to calm him down for me in the middle of the night. So if you wake up like this in the morning, on a Monday morning, basically today is Monday, it's you could say, well, this is a perfect start, and you could be and feel already stressed. And to be honest, I felt stressed. Of course, if you wake up like this, there is no way around. Your stress level is really high. So the point is, if you are if you're not able to handle the stress and to manage the stress and to turn the situation, you would start this day totally in the wrong way, and that could be like starting the whole week totally in the wrong way. So what I did was really to try to calm down, because I learned as well, because like my son, he has really the capability to push my triggers, and he know my triggers, and he pushes it like over and over again. And I talked with an expert about that, because like I know that when my stress level is high on the professional side, that of course I have this energy, and my son is like, I would not say more aggressive, but he has out of the blue higher energy, and it seems that he knows exactly how to trigger me, and he's not hesitating to push the triggers. So and this person told me, you know what, like it is with everything. Like if your son can push the trigger, that means you have the trigger, and it's your responsibility to let the trigger disappear. And it reminded me so much, and I told her in the same second, like this reminds me like when I went to the schooling for our dog. The teacher told us as well, or the trainer, like actually you are not here to train your dog, you are here to train yourself in order to handle your dog in the correct way. And basically this is what you do as well if you raise your kids. Like you have to learn how you handle yourself and how you manage yourself, and to develop your personality in order to to educate and to grow and to raise your kids in the correct way. And I have this in my mind, it sticks to my mind, and every time when I'm super, super angry, and you can imagine this morning I was very, very angry. So I was like thinking about, okay, can I just get out of the room? I don't want to hear the scream anymore. And I could not, like, you know, he didn't want that I hugged him or something like that. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And the second I decided, like, okay, I just go outside and leave the room, he was stressed even more, because he didn't want to leave me on the other side as well. So okay, I were in the situation. He was screaming at me like direct into my face, angry with me because of something. We figured out this evening that he dreamed really bad, and that he was really angry with me because of the dream, and I could do nothing. Like I slept, and on the other side, he didn't want me to leave the room. So you know, you have to calm yourself down. And this is what I did. So, and she always say, well, you know what, if you know where your triggers are, and if you know that your child is not basically do this because he wants to punish you, or he wants really to make you angry, then it's easier for you to open your arms and to just give him a hug. So, and this is what I did. And I just say, okay, something happened, I have no idea what, and I decided to just take the scream or the screaming from him, try to just somehow overcome it and not listen to it, and try to tell him and to signal him that he just go into my arms and calm down. And finally we made it. So with that, and because I calmed down, he calmed down as well. And basically we restarted the day. So we just said, okay, like after he was totally calm and not crying anymore, not screaming anymore. And I just said, well, should we start the day again? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, good morning. And he smiled at me and said, good morning. And then he hugged me and kissed me. And, you know, everything was basically back to normal. on the other side, because we had this stressful start this morning, we decided to just change our routine before he go to the kindergarten. So I was not very strict with doing everything, and I decided as well to go for a walk, and wanted to take a shower before. Normally I do do some sports in the morning, and I said, you know what, I allow you to watch a series in the morning. Usually we don't have this because we don't have any TV, so there is no way in the morning for him that he is allowed to watch a series. But so it was really exceptional for him, and I allowed him to, just disconnect a little bit and change, get a new situation in his head. And I took a shower, and it was like magic. I came out, and he was and then we stopped the series, and he was playing what he just saw, and was really happy, running around again, and all the things like that. And then we continue our usual routine, and so he was really happy with that. And for me, because the day started like it started, I was not really mad with that, but I decided as well, okay, I go for a walk and I take the time to listen to my audiobooks and just move a little bit on the fresh air. So this is what I did. And it was magic, because after that I had the feeling, okay, I did something for my body, for my brain. I had new ideas, and I basically did not think about all this or about the start of the week, and I was really creative and motivated again. So somehow I changed the situation from the really stressful beginning into a really creative and motivated mode. And then I had another lady showed up this morning and said, well, you know what, I had it over the weekend, and what she did was as well, go for a run and just, shut down the professional things, and shut down the laptop and not thinking about the work anymore. Just go for a run and disconnect for a while. Take care of yourself, seems like do some wellness for yourself, or do some sports. Just make sure that your mind and soul and body disconnect a little bit from the routine you're usually doing, and then restructure yourself, and then next day go back to work. And this is actually what I think as well is that it's stress is an emotion, and this is what we figured out this morning as well. Stress is not a fact. Stress is a feeling you have in different situations if you don't have the control. So here's the thing: you can control your emotions, and you have to focus on that, what you can control. And a lot of people get stressed because they focus on things they can't control. And if you don't learn the thing that you can control your emotions, and that you're focusing on the stuff you can control, and just bring this in order, and that it works in the best way for you, then you will always be stressed, because other people make the decision. Other people who can control the other facts you are as well focusing on, but you can't control. So these people make your life. These people make the decisions for you, and these people bring you in the situation of stress. So then it came the question, do you can react on stress? Do you can be rational when it comes to stress? And for me, it's a clear, of course you can be, because once you understood that even though stress is a feeling, but how you react on this you can totally decide by yourself, and you can do however you want to do it, like controlled, step by step, like well thought, and with your own process. You can have this in a rational base. And this was a really good point this morning that we talked about, because like basically, and there's when all comes together, all this esoteric and spiritual things which people like, especially like if you are like if you are a head person and you have to explain everything and don't believe in the spiritual things, it's really difficult for you to understand if people talk about the universe and that you have to fix your body and mind and soul in order to to reach your goals. But at the end, and I'm not a spiritual person, but like when it comes to meditation and yoga and all this, like I don't want to say soft things or soft tools you can use in order to prepare and train your awareness of situations, but this really does help. And it helps because it helps for you that you can realize in what situation you are, and you train yourself in observing the situation, and that you have the look from the outside. So you're just observing, you are not getting directly emotional into the situation, what allows you to decide with a clear head what is the next step. And the clear head helps you as well to realize what you can control and what you can't control. And it realizes as well that, okay, if I can control this, and this is the way I want to do, and you make a decision basically with all the consequences what it brings, because this is the next step as well. If you are in a stress situation and you want to change that, and you say, well, okay, this I can control, and you have to make a decision how you can go out of the stressful situation. I think for most people as well is the next point that it's difficult for them to handle the consequences. But once you are aware of the consequences, and once you are aware of what you can do next, you are relieved. And this is really an amazing situation. And the more, and you know, I don't want to say lazy, but I'm not really consistent with doing yoga and meditation, all the things like that. So I really try to do a little bit every day, but it's tough for me to don't think on anything, just and focus on my breath for 5 minutes. It's really tough for me. But I know when I do this, and when I focusing on basically on my awareness, and I'm training that I'm more relaxed, and I'm a more relaxed person in general, because I don't get so much into this stressful situation. And I really want to share this with you, because I think even for the people who say, well, this is all woo-hoo stuff and all the spiritual thing I don't care about, I think really these people who are practicing yoga and meditation on a daily basis, they are really like more relaxed with themselves, and they love themselves more, because they have the emotions better under control than other people who don't do this. And I think as well, because they are aware of different things as well, of their trigger points, they know as well, and they learn, because they have a chance to learn, how to can manage the trigger points and how to can make the trigger points disappear. And I really love to share this with you in order to give you the chance as well, that you learn how to manage this the stress situations, and that you can be prepared for that, because this is like you can say, okay, I'm coming in a stress situation and now what I have to do. Or you can say, well, you know what, I try not even to come into stress situations, and I'm preparing myself, I prevent myself to that somebody else take control of my life. And of course you will always have, like, especially if you have kids, there's really no way that you have the full control of your life. Basically, like, it's every day I'm lucky if I get somehow my routine done. And I'm really happy with this as well, because I know, you know what, like, I'm not trying to get the control in this period of time when my son is at home. So I try to, like, I try to focus on the things what I have to do, and I try to bring some routine in the game, that he is learning to follow the routine as well. But I know as well it's a training process for him, and I have to be more patient. So of course I will not push all the things I want to do in this period of time, because that would make me, like, just frustrated and stressed at the end, because I have no idea if I can really do this. But if I would count on that I can, like, for example, I pick him up at 5 p.m. and he goes to bed until 8 p.m. like he is awake. And if I would put my task, or like plan to do some task for work in this period of time, that would just not make any sense, because obviously I have no idea how he feels when I will pick him up. Maybe he had a bad day. Then he is really, then you need more time to calm him down, or to make him, like, to change his mood, to focus on him. And well, next to the situation that I actually like, that I don't like at all to work in this time when he is at home and awake, I know it would stress him, because he is really happy to be at home and want to spend some time with his family. And so I would level up his stress and my stress as well, because I try to get something done in this period of time, which would not be possible, and I would not have under control if something goes wrong. So I really manage my day in a different way, and I'm more flexible. And I learned that I control what I can control, and in situations, or on the weekends, for example, when he is the whole time around us, I'm happy for every single thing I get done. And I know, okay, if there is anything else to be done, this is another night shift. It is like it is. At the moment, I know there will be different times as well coming up. But at the moment, I live, like, he in different days or different period of times, he is controlling the situation, or like his emotions are controlling the situations, because he has to learn it. And my task is as well to train him and to educate him to learn that, and to be patient and be flexible enough with my stuff, that I can take the time to show him how he can handle and control his emotions even better. So I'm not an expert in this, because I started learning this kind of stuff like 4 years ago, like basically just before he was born. We started our business coaching and mindset coaching and all the things like that. And I had no idea about all the stuff. So, and as I said, I do not practice meditation or yoga or like all these awareness things on a daily basis. I'm getting better every day, so I try to really to focus on myself at least for a couple of minutes per day, and practice this awareness But I'm not, like, as I said, I'm not an expert in this. I'm not a trainer in this. So this is why we decided as well to bring Felix to a Kung Fu trainer, to a Kung Fu coach, who teach him this. And because we know that this kind of sports is really like brings the soul, the mind and the body together. And Felix can learn this from experts in a sportive way, basically. And we just had this morning as well this this conclusion that you know, that basically you have to prevent yourself from the stress situations, and that you have to take care of yourself, and for this you have to know yourself. On the other side, and to just open another point at the end, there was a saying as well that is the easiest way, or the easier way, to say that...
Ich konnte das nicht in deiner Musiksammlung finden.
Okay, that was just Siri. Sometimes Siri is just popping up without even that I'm asking her to come. Sorry for that. Well, but the saying was that it's basically easier to say... Okay, she was coming back. Easier to say that, well, the stress, I'm doing the stress for myself, and, you know, this is why I can relieve the stress as well. And I think this is the most difficult part, because to take this responsibility that you are the responsible person why you have the stress, because you focus on the things you can't control, is actually the hard way. I'm sorry again. Or I have no idea why Siri is always popping up here. So it's the first time when I record this podcast that I have, that I have the situation. So it's the harder way for you to basically take the full ownership for your life and the full responsibility, because like you have to look first at yourself, what you can change in order to get out of the stress situation. It's not the easiest way, and it's not an easier way. If you say there's always a hard way and an easy way out of the situation, but basically it's all like it's a decision, and every decision has the pros and the cons, and every decision has consequences. You might, and every consequence, or like the, I would say the, this is not only one consequence, there are consequences with every decision, and you might not like every piece of these consequences what are showing up, but you have to decide which one you want to go, this way or that way. Like the easiest step in the beginning might be not the easiest way at the end, it might be a harder way. The hardest step in the beginning might not be hard the whole time, it might get easier at the end. So I really want to encourage you, basically, if you have stress, like first of all, if you don't want to have this high stress levels again, start taking care of yourself now with doing sports, eating good food, taking care of your mind, body and soul. Do some meditation in any kind of way, okay? Like meditation for me is as well when I'm sitting on the beach and look at the sea and I'm observe the waves. This is for me meditation as well. I don't have always to close my eyes. If I go for a walk and I have my audiobook inside, it's somehow of a meditation as well. If I drink my coffee and I listen to like this meditative music, then this is meditation for me as well, because sometimes I cannot only have this really calm situation, but find a way to to create this environment for you. And then if the situation is coming up, just remember that stress is a feeling, and that you can and the feeling is, of course, is an emotion, and that you are able and capable to handle your emotions. So you can control your emotions and focus on that, what you can control. Release and leave the things what you can't control. And then I think you will make the right decisions at the end, what bring you to your goal, and that you achieve what you want to achieve in life. And with that, and with the look at the clock, I will leave you for this week. I hope I really could help you, and even though it's a little bit like, it has a touch of inspiring and a touch of motivational, at the end it's like no BS. Like, we are responsible for our lives. We take the extreme ownership for our lives, and the situation or the fact that stress is an emotion and you can control your emotions means as well that you have to develop your personality, to develop yourself, to work every day on yourself to be a better version of yourself. And this is hard work, and this is not easy. This is one of the toughest things you can do. So this is basically not mean as a motivational or inspirational podcast. Is as well like a small kick in the butt in order to remind you, don't stop working on yourself. Doesn't matter if that means as well, and if you say, well, meditation, what's that? I don't want to do meditation, or like I don't want to do any yoga. And I was the same like years ago. Try it and practice it. And I'm sure you will feel and see the difference in your life as well. With this, I leave you for this week, and looking forward to talk to you next week. Bye, guys.
Do you want to get paid? Introducing Legacy Builders Global, where everybody gets paid. We don't create investors. We create legacy builders. Legacy Builders Global. Visit us at www.legacybuildersglobal.com.